Hey everyone! Because Love Fan Fest is this weekend, I thought it'd be cool to share my footage of ClexaCon when Sheridan Pierce and Isabella Gomez visited. Obviously Isabella is coming this weekend, so I thought it would be a great way to get in the mood for it. They first had a few photos, then we had the interview, and then they took some more photos, so I have that footage for you. I really hope you like it. If you do, would you please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends? If you haven't already, could you please subscribe to my channel, because that really helps me on these con trips. That would be greatly appreciated. What does not help me is editing and cropping my footage. So I really hope that if you share my footage that you use the direct link and not your own stuff that you make from it. I hope to see you this weekend. If you're going, please just come say hi because I'm traveling by myself. If you're not going, I've got you covered. I'll try to cover everything as much as possible so you can still enjoy it. Okay? Bye.
I'll give that one to you.
Yeah. Okay, I did not know that it would be so amazing, if that makes sense. It's like I saw pictures and videos from last year, but just interacting with all of the fans has been the best part of this experience. Everyone's been so kind and nice, and I just want to hug everyone.
Hi, a big part of the show is about different cultures in your life, and obviously the show is available in various countries. Have you noticed differences in how fans from different countries react to your show, your characters, and your relationship together?
I feel like people generally love us.
And that's all we have to say about that.
Take that, Netflix.
The Brazilian fans
The Brazilians love us. I think Brazil though has a very, the culture is very much fan-based is what I've been told.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. But what I think is funny is that every country kind of has their own version of it. Like, for example, like the butter tub with the food. So many different cultures have that in different aspects. Like, some people are like, we don't do the butter tub, but we do this. And we saw ourselves in that. So I think everybody has their own version of whatever it is that we're doing. Yeah. And they identify with it, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. What if Rita just called right now again? It's like,
stop telling that story!
I'll never tell the story.
I feel like it could go one or two ways. They could either really not like each other and just there's jealousy, there's tension, everybody wants to be with Elena. I love that. It's girls fighting over me. I'm like, yeah! But I think that Sid and Carmen are weird enough that they could maybe be best friends. Bond, I'm the jealous one. I'm like, excuse me, that's my significant other and my best friend. I'm the linking factor here. Pay attention to me.
And so basically it just all links back to you wanting attention.
Me. You're what do you think their interaction would be like? Well, I think my reaction.
I don't know. I feel like they're both so quirky in different ways that I agree. I think it could work where they could be great friends because you have Carmen with black lipstick, very deadpan, and then you have Sid who's just kind of goofy. And I would love to see that.
We just have that one scene where it's Carmen not saying anything and Sid ranting, being right? Carmen being right. ranting. I love that. I just wrote a scene.
Yeah.
That's what it would be.
You are a writer on the show.
Give me credit.
Right? Yeah.
Somebody give me credit.
That's what that means.
I really love the Me Too scene. I think that's so important, and I have so many issues with the way that men are raised, especially in the Latinx culture, where they're raised to be you have to be the macho man, and you don't get to have feelings, and have sex with as many women as possible, or you're not a man, and then they have all of this stuff in their head that makes it for so much toxic masculinity, and for them to not be able to see the world as it is, and women as humans instead of objects. And so that was such a cool scene to do because, for one, I have a lot of feelings and I love getting to yell at him. That's my favorite. And two, it's so important to show these conversations on TV and show little boys being taught from the beginning that no, this is not okay. It doesn't matter if you think it's funny, and if it's funny to you, it's not funny to her. So it was so cool, and I think it started such a huge conversation. People really loved that episode, and I think it was it's so hard to explain how impactful these little things are, because when I was younger, boys would also ask me to like kiss my girlfriends for their enjoyment, and I never understood why it made me so uncomfortable. And to have that and then show how much it affected this partnership and how much it affected their mental health and like their ability to just go outside like, on a date. I thought it was so crucial to show how much it can affect and to show it from the perspective of a young man learning for the sake of being a better brother, a better son, and a better man. Yes. I will talk about, okay, so for this season, obviously this scene in the chapel where Elena has her speech that she would have actually liked to have given, and it originally was a lot longer, and I was like, ooh, that's gonna hit me right in the soul. But I think the one that we were almost like that is when we did the table read for Not Yet. It was a disaster. Originally it was, I think the shows were like 45 minutes. Like the monologues were so long. Like each monologue was like 3 pages long, and it was so heartbreaking. And I'm like, you know, like when you like go to watch sad movies because you want to have that cry and it's fun. This wasn't the fun crying. It was like actually soul crushing to the point where the executives got up halfway through and left. Like they were like, this is so fucked up. They left. They didn't want to see it. Some of our writers walked away. Like people were walking away from the table because they were like, this is a lot. And all of us are sitting on this table sobbing. I went through a whole box of tissues. We couldn't get through our monologues because we were crying so hard, because the thing about that is like we all love Rita like our family, and realistically Rita's of a certain age, and so like it became a little too real for us, and especially after we started rehearsing and we had to like see her on that bed with all those things. It was so not fun at all, which is why they didn't make us do a lot of takes for that, because it was awful. So that table read wasn't great.
Well, I definitely knew that non-binary representation on TV was practically nothing. So I did know that going into it. I felt like I was kind of nervous because I just knew that, first of all, this character, you know, is dating Elena, and everyone loves Elena. Like that's, you know, I knew that going into it. So when I was actually shooting, I was trying not to think about anything like that because you can get too in your head about it. But after we stopped shooting, I was like, are people gonna, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, are people gonna like me? I don't know. But similar to Isabella's situation, I haven't really seen a lot of hate, and everyone's been really amazing. So I was like, whew, okay, now I can breathe.
Thank God.
Yeah, but I will say that I couldn't really have imagined the level of support that people gave, especially from, you know, the non-binary community has been really fantastic. But it's not something I ever could have predicted.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Can we get some individuals to go first?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Hand on hip, yeah. Look at that smile. Uh-huh. Ooh, we're smiling. Okay. All right. No awkward silence.
All right.
No.
Switch your hat.
Now I need to be the height. Are you kidding me?
How much it is?
In the pocket.